Hey everybody, so John David had a 10 out of 10 day, and the word of the day is Enteral, which is what a lot of his IV drugs are getting converted to. Enteral means that it is going into your gastrointestinal tract. For him, it's going through his ND tube, which is feeding down into his duodenum, which is part of his intestines. And so it's actually bypassing his stomach, so it's going to the next step past the stomach. But that is the word of the day, Enteral, again, meaning that it's going to his GI tract versus going in through his veins and being IV or intravenous. But he had a good night. He had a pretty great day. He is completely off of his Precedex, so he no longer has any drips that are sedation-wise. He does still have sedation, such as methadone, Ativan, and clonidine. Hold on one second, he's coughing. So as y'all can hear from the beeping and then also the coughing that he just had, he's in withdrawals from not having his Dex on anymore. But he does still have, again, the Ativan, the clonidine, and the methadone, which are Enteral drugs to help him with being able to deal with, those were conversion weans. So they converted him from those drugs like Precedex, Versed, and now he is on those other drugs, clonidine, Ativan, methadone, and so now it'll start being like the true weans where he'll come off of them completely. But he has been satting pretty well. He's been sitting on room air of 21% for the last 48 hours, and he did come down on his liters from 5 to 4 today, so made some steps forward there. And then we also had some change of plans. It is Labor Day weekend, and normal year we would be, I would be back home with my family. We'd be teaching, coaching, getting ready for Labor Day weekend at the lake or the beach. But instead, we are now on day 190 here at Duke. This makes 82 days that I've been here, with only 6 of those days not being here and not spending the night here, and 78 days in the ICU. So we're starting week 12 here in the ICU. And as y'all can hear, like, this is kind of a normal every night occurrence, so not the greatest 12 weeks, as y'all are very much aware with being able to keep up with all this. But plans had been to see Mallory and Hunter this weekend, but the reality of the fall is that we are coming back into like cold COVID flu season, and just having to kind of make sure that we mitigate those risks, and if we're exposed, just kind of changing plans. So they'll be staying at home this weekend, so that's just kind of how that rolls. It's just the reality of the fall, the winter, and the spring. We've enjoyed the summer being sunnier and warmer and being outside of the cold and flu season, but now we're heading back into it, and that just adds a little extra wrinkle to all this. But the only drip that John David is still on is Milrinone, and they're trying to figure out what they want to do with it moving forward. And they wanted to kind of do a conversion to some other drugs for it, but we will kind of see where that goes. That's going to be in discussions tomorrow at rounds, I'm sure, as they're going to start trying to make some weans on it. Also, John David got plenty of snuggles in today. I did it twice with him, and then Mama Kay came and visited and got some in, and so he's been happy to get snuggles, considering that he definitely started his withdrawals today. Given that they took away his Dex, he went from 0.2 to 0 to the point he's feeling it. But Hunter had himself a fun day with Mimi and Papa and Auntie Gigi and Uncle Elliot and Auntie Cece and Auntie Sarah and his mama. So they had fun, and also clarification on the thank you for yesterday. Steve has worked with the City of Henderson Fire Department for decades, and the City of Henderson Fire Department helped organize the boot drive, and then there were several other fire departments within Vance County who helped participate. So thank you to all of the fire departments who participated in the boot drive, but thank you to all of you. Again, it is incredibly helpful to our family, and so thank you so much. But if y'all would pray for these 3 things going forward: 1, that John David will tolerate the sedation weans, because now we're getting ready to start doing the true sedation weans. So when we make these weans, there is no other drug that is replacing the wean. It's just truly cutting the medication. 2, if you'll pray for all those who've lost loved ones, but especially those who've lost children. And then 3, pray for all of the kids and families battling CHD, congenital heart defects, around the world, because again, this is not an easy road for anybody. But hope y'all continue to choose hope daily. Y'all have a good night and God bless, and we'll see you tomorrow. And John David, tell everybody bye-bye.